Hi, this is Ben Sykes. Welcome to Tip Tuesday. Thought we'd look today at a couple quick items that were added in as new features in version 13.015 that will help you get in and out of a ganged event more quickly. So very easy to demonstrate. Let's go ahead and dive in. So let's say you're on the order system and we've got an easy example to demonstrate here. We just need to calibrate three different assets. So they're already on an incomplete work order here. So back on pending work, if we go and look at all the assets that are currently awaiting scheduled work down here. So one of the improvements that we've added, you'll notice you can multi-select items in this bottom work order line items. So I'm just pressing Shift and then down arrow on my keyboard, or I could hold down the Control key and press mouse select different grid items that are not right next to each other. But after you perform a multi-select, two new menu items appear here. The first one would be launch event and add selected items. So that's just a quick time saver. If you're going into an event, whether you're going to gang that event or not, maybe you just want to quickly add in all these assets. So if you know the work to be performed is going to be done in an event that has the choose equipment step visible, use that right mouse click option to quickly add all the items into your grid. So we're talking about ganging today. Now that we're in this event and we've reviewed all the information that we know needs to be held in common across all the assets when we gang, then now we can press this gang button and then it separates out the events so each event gets its own tab down here on the bottom. So then we would move through the tabs, change all the information that is specific to each asset, add in our calibration results for each one of these. So as we've done the work across all of these tabs, this is where the second improvement, the time saver, comes in. Now, if you've reviewed everything and you want to finish all of these assets, in the past, the process would simply be go to each asset, go to the last wizard step, and press finish. And then as you do that, that tab is removed from the bottom. You're left on the second asset there. You go to the last step, press finish, and each tab is removed as you complete the event. That will still work great, but we've added this button down here in a gang scenario for auto finish. So that just gives you a dialog that pops up that reminds you the name of each of these tabs. You could select just the assets that you're ready to automatically finish, and then that will just finish each one for you. So we're also trying to speed up a couple of the nag kind of questions that always come up. We're trying to specifically address a scenario where you're ganging a lot of assets together and performing an operation. So one of the questions you might get asked over and over again, if you had not previously set these events to being complete, then it would say, you're in an incomplete state. Do you want to automatically change to complete? Yes or no? Or if you've come back to this event from prior work, then you might get that prompt that's asking you for the total time spent in the event, like down here. Do we want to go with the previously saved value or the current value? Both of those questions, when you're in this new mode here, we're going to automatically answer yes to those to try to save you time. So just keep in mind, there's a bit of automation that's going on there. So let's automatically finish all three. So it's just like you went to the end of each page, press finish, and then it slowly removes the tabs as it's finishing each one. And then we're all done. So that speeds you through the process. One final thing that I would note as a time saver, let's go back to the order system here and let's create another test scenario that's just like what we just did. So I'll add in the same three assets for a calibration. And then go back to my pending work tab here. So one other item you might have noticed that is new as a right mouse click option is not only can you launch into the event, automatically add in the assets that you select, but if you know there's not going to be any information in the event that you need to confirm before you press the gang button, then there's a menu option to automatically press that gang button as soon as the assets are added into the event. So automates it even more. Obviously, if you're trying to multi-select assets and they don't have the same related event, then you'll get an alert on that. Or if you're trying to automate once you're in this process, um, and you try to automatically finish the tabs on the bottom here, then if there's certain validations that need to occur, you'll still get all the same validations, one asset at a time. And it'll say you've not, selected a vendor or a cert type on each one. So the process is identical, besides just a couple of those quick questions where we're answering yes to you really do want to finish the event in the current time that you've got logged. So I hope this can save you some time and hope you have a great holiday season. Thanks.